All right, it's time for Dirty Modo, and coming into the studio to tell us all about who we need to be betting on this weekend at Bristol is Tampa Tim's. How you doing, Tampa Tim's?
Hey, what's up, guys?
First off, Final Four recap. We got to talk about basketball.
Do we have
basketball.
to?
Yes. So I had let's recap. I had a really good run.
You did.
I did. I had a really good run. I had a lot of fun during the tournament, and but when we got up into the Elite Eight and the Final Four, man, things really slowed down for me. Really not a lot of bets that I really would make.
Yeah.
I don't make gambles.
Yeah.
But I kind of go for the sure thing. But so when all that kind of went away with the final, few games, things got tight. Duke, we had a parlay, me and you both, where we had Duke and Florida, and Duke let us down.
Yeah.
Collapse.
Absolute collapse.
I think about that, and I'm like, God, those guys, how many of those kids are going to be able to get a chance to try to fight their way back next year? It was very similar to maybe I hate to bring this up, and Elliot Saller's going to hate it, but his loss to the Xfinity Series championship, right? Mm-hmm. He comes so close to winning the Xfinity Series championship and racing his whole life. He just wants this one thing. He doesn't get it. He comes down pit road, and you could see it in his face. You're like, I don't know if he's going to recover from this.
Yeah.
But a lot of these kids, for Duke, they had this game in hand, right? And some of them might not get that chance to go back and try to redeem themselves.
No.
Their careers, they may go on overseas.
Yeah.
Some will go to the NBA maybe, but not all of them.
It's going to be a completely different team next year.
And they may go play ball somewhere else and maybe be able to have success. But this has got to stick in their gut, man.
Oh, yeah.
To be on that main stage like that in front of the world and have that go down.
So close, too.
I don't envy that situation. But that's why sports are so great.
Yeah. People
are willing to get up in front of the world and put it on the line, win or lose. And some of them have to lose in spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
Houston moved on. And so last night, a couple of us did a couple different things. You went and bet Houston to win.
Yes.
I waited until the game got going, and I felt pretty good about Florida winning overall, but I wanted to – their line wasn't all that great before the game, so I waited till maybe Houston got up in the game for some better odds, and that's what happened.
That was a great strategy, too. I didn't want to admit it because I had Houston, but it was a great strategy.
So I was sitting there with Amy, and I was like, they're down before. I was like, I could get in right now at about 100 plus 110, but I might wait and see if they can get down 8, down 10. And so I got them at I forget what it was, but they got down 8 or 10 points, and I made a money line bet on Florida. They come back, man, barely, in the last minute and a half, kind of got themselves in position to make things difficult for Houston.
Yeah, that's how they've done all tournament, though. Yeah. They had that graphic that every round they've had a huge, up to 6 point, deficit they had to overcome. One was 13, so actually very smart bet by you.
Dude, I wasn't much of a live bettor until, you've got to talking about it quite a bit over the last year.
Yeah.
And I've been really enjoying the live bets, especially when there's not a lot going on. So when this basketball tournament ends, there's, people like me, they're casual with this, really don't know where to go next, right?
Yeah.
Where's the next kind of fun, easy, low risk, kind of casual place to play? And what I've found is going to Major League Baseball, oddly, and playing the half innings.
Yes.
No runs.
Yes.
So, I don't even know much about the pitchers. I guess I could do a little homework and find some more information to kind of have a more confident decision on who's this team pitching against. But to sit there and look at some of the teams that are just not having good years and going up against a strong team and say it's the fourth inning, fifth inning, middle of the game, chances are they're probably going to struggle to get anybody home.
Yeah.
And I love those bets, man.
You pick some bad teams like the Rockies, White Sox. You just put 2 or 3 of those teams together in a parlay. That's you get some plus money odds, and there you go. You're home happy. This is what's called the dead zone for bettors.
Really?
No more college football. College basketball is over.
Yep.
It's really just baseball.
Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying that. I won't even parlay them. I'll just sit there and put $1 or some real small change on a no-run inning and just to be doing something, just to be kind of enjoying the thrill of it.
Yeah.
Amy laughs because she's like, "You're not even winning money." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's like the win or the lose. It's not really how much I'm winning. It's
You're
like
invested in the game."
Yeah, I'm like sitting there going, "Come on, get him out,
strike him out,
strike out the Mariners,
throw the curve."
I'm like, I don't even care otherwise, right? And here I am carrying.
Exactly.
Right. Well, there is some great options and good gambling to be had in the NASCAR space.
Yes.
We got a race coming up. All right, first off, before we talk Bristol, I want to see how things went for Darlington. We talked about that a little bit, but not great.
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great. It was tough to pass, I mean, that kind of really, and the track position was tough to have any value betting wise. So not a great week, but I'm excited for Bristol.
Yeah. So with Bristol coming up, what are some of the best bets in your mind?
Well, the top 5 best average finishes are the guys you expect: Larson, Hamlin, Chase, Bell. But the 5th guy, Chris Buescher, he's being super undervalued to win. He's plus 3,200 to win.
That's interesting you mentioned him because that is exactly what Jordan Bianchi said.
Yeah. Chris
Buescher was a great pick.
Yeah, I think he's a great pick this week. That's a definite. I've already bet him to win. If you can find a good top 10 odds when they come out, definitely do that. A couple other guys I like for top 10s, Ryan Preece. I mean, RFK is really good there. So I think that he's a lock. And Michael McDowell has a really good average finish, 9.8 in the next gen car on the concrete surface. That's 7th best. So I think he could sneak in there. Spire has had some speed, so not terrible there. His win odds though are plus 11,000. So maybe a little sprinkle, small, maybe 50 cents, $1. See,
what
worst
about
happen.
This is a guy that maybe you would have considered 5-10 years ago, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Bristol's always been a track where he just sort of shows up.
Yeah, that's that's a track where he can get it done. That's definitely a driver's type of track. Also, like the tire situation, it could help him.
Yeah. Can you get? I know we can get top 10s. What's farther? Like what are some bets where you think you could put Ricky Stenhouse in?
So I'm not sure if they don't offer it every week, but the finishing position over or under, they usually set his in like the mid 20s. This is a week where I would go
over.
Yeah, exactly. Or it would be under, but definitely.
All right.
I was thinking Stenhouse. My only worry is his last couple of finishes at Bristol: 27th, 33rd. He got a 10th in 2023, 33rd, 20th, 40th. So like his last, 2 top 10s since July 2020.
Sounds like to me he's due.
Yeah.
I'm a little, sure. I don't know.
Sounds like the books are going to have low on him.
I was thinking Stenhouse too, but then I started looking up his stats. When you guys were talking about that earlier, I'm like,
no, that's great.
Know.
But you know me, like when I think about gambling, I love the underdog and trying to find, somebody who's going to be the dark horse. Bubba is relatively good. Jordan thinks that he's a guy that you'd want to look at maybe as a top 10 or a top 5 for Bristol.
Yeah.
Grew up racing on the short tracks. They're very competitive this year. He's very consistent this year. Can he continue that streak and get a good result?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So I wonder what the value might be for Buescher just in top 10. Probably not good.
Because he's plus 3,200 to win, I would say he's probably going to get a plus money, maybe plus 120 when it comes out, which I would hop on now because I think he'll qualify well. He'll be up front.
Could parlay him and Bubba for top 10s.
Oh, yeah.
That'd try to pick a winner to add to that parlay, and, you'd have something.
I would have something. I'll be honest. I think it's going to be a Larson or Denny win.
Yeah. But
he takes some risks. But top 10s is where I'm going to try to.
The way things are going for Denny this year, this feels like another race that he's going to be telling everybody he beat their favorite driver.
Yep, exactly.
We got the Masters as well.
Yes.
So what do you? I've got a little note here on my phone of just kind of fun bets to make. Mm-hmm. Stuff that's just kind of enjoyable to do. That's relatively quick and easy. I've got nothing for golf. So I don't necessarily want to hear who you think are some good bets, but give me some way to approach golf as a casual bettor.
So for me, I don't really mess with the outright winners or the longer, you got to wait the whole tournament to figure it out. Right. I like going round by round, and my favorite bet is round score over under, where they might place at what the par is, like 71, 72, and I pick a good golfer that normally goes under par usually, and bet that, and I bet it every day. I'll bet a head-to-head matchup where it's just 2 golfers in the same group going head-to-head, see what they go after. Yeah, and you could do round leaders and stuff like that. I don't mess with that. I'll really just stick with those two, head to heads and the round score. I love playing those day to day.
Man, that sounds like a lot of fun. We may, do you have any ideas on some of the bets you might make?
Well, I do like playing the top live golfer because I think it's fun, and Bryson DeChambeau is so fun to watch. I just bet him, but I'll probably have that. They don't have any round scores out yet, but there's a couple guys I'm watching. Like a lot of people think Colin Morikawa is going to have a good week, so that's a guy.
All right, man. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, thank you, Tampa Tennis, for coming through. And, we'll see how it goes.